Ladies and gentlemen, hit subscribe and check this out.
Other attorney, is that correct? Is that it? Is that
I
one
think
way to
what
fix
could
it?
happen, this could be much ado about nothing, because they could disqualify her, but there's another statute that says the government would have then 6 months to bring a new indictment.
COMEY.
So the government has 6 months to bring a new indictment. We're not even talking about the Florida grand jury conspiracy. The Florida grand jury is going to level almost certainly indictments at Brennan, probably John Brennan first, but then James Comey, eventually Hillary Clinton, and others. There's no way to remove any of the prosecutors in the manner that Lindsay Halligan was disqualified. The jurisdiction is completely different. It's in Florida. You have not only... Okay, Russiagate was a complete hoax. You'd have to be a complete and utter imbecile to think that Russia was afraid of Democrats and worked tirelessly to elevate Trump because, oh, what's this? They always wanted Trump. The Clinton campaign literally elevated Trump. They wanted to elevate Trump. Pied Piper candidate. It's within their own campaign emails. We need to be elevating Pied Piper candidates. Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, Ben Carson. And so this is the basis for the grand conspiracy claim which took place. There was a grand conspiracy. People actually conspired. They did so within the paradigm and confines of, they did so using the protocol of lawfare that Democrats are brilliant at. So people who think this is not possible, or why would they do that? Oh, this doesn't make any sense. Oh, so they just all worked independently of one another without actually writing in a memo, we are going to set up and frame Trump? Yes. The answer is yes. They all worked after Clinton lost, when the Democrats were actually trying to elevate Trump, which is the entire Russiagate narrative that Russia wanted Trump, but they wanted Trump prior to losing. When they lost, they no longer wanted Trump anymore. Then they set up and framed George Papadopoulos. Okay, that was not the beginning, or proved nothing, and there was no proof at all. The Mueller probe on page 13, I believe, couldn't find any evidence of anything. Then they fall back on contacts, and you can say, well, there were more suspicious and glaring contacts with Russians and other people during the Uranium One scandal, and along with every other scandal they have. And so that the only thing they have now is, oh, it was suspicious contacts, and then there's a bipartisan Senate panel confirmed it. No, you have a bipartisan Senate panel that didn't get to look at the Durham probe because the Durham probe annex and the Durham probe documents and evidence was not unearthed yet. Then you have the Durham probe annex literally with all of this information of people actually conspiring and setting up Trump. And so you have Chuck Grassley, Durham probe, but here you have John Radcliffe talking about statute of limitations.
Director, one other question on this. Tulsi, as well as President Trump, used the word treason. Is there a statute of limitations on treason?
Well, Maria, what I would say is this, is there is no doubt in my mind that the people that we just talked about conspired. They conspired against President Trump. They conspired against the American people. And so I'll leave it to Pam Bondi and our Department of Justice, Kash Patel and our FBI to investigate the conspiracy to do what and what charges that they're capable of bringing. But again, I don't think statute of limitations are going to impact, because in a conspiracy, Maria, the statute of limitation doesn't start to run until the last act in furtherance of that conspiracy. And Maria, part of why this is so important is the people behind this are still furthering the conspiracy. They're refusing to admit or acknowledge what they did in 2016 and what they did in 2020 was wrong.
And there you go. The same people who love John Brennan should also love John Radcliffe. If indeed they put the country over party, all the nonsense you heard the past 10 years. Anyway, hit subscribe, check it out, go to my main channel as well, and go to my Rumble channel also. Thank you.